This is Jack Cohoon, the head attorney of the Employment Unit at South Carolina Legal Services. We are interviewing Mary Griffin at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to talk a little bit about the Focus on Reentry Guide. Mary, what is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and what do you do there?
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau regulates the offering and provision of consumer financial products and services under the federal consumer financial laws and educates and empowers consumers to make better informed financial decisions. I serve as senior advisor in the Office of Community Affairs, where I work on program and policy initiatives that address the financial challenges facing low-income and economically vulnerable populations. And I have been leading the work to integrate financial empowerment into legal aid and reentry organizations.
Thank you. I know that financial education is a big part of what you do, and the CFPB has created the Your Money, Your Goals Financial Empowerment Toolkit. Tell us what that is and how it might be different from or complement financial literacy programs already in use around the country.
Well, Your Money, Your Goals, which launched in 2014, focuses on financial empowerment and is designed for use by frontline staff in direct services organizations like legal aid and the individuals they serve. While financial empowerment includes the concept of financial literacy, it goes beyond just acquiring knowledge. The main focus of financial empowerment is helping people build the skills they need to manage money and choose the financial products and services that work for them. The ultimate goal of this work is to help improve an individual's financial well-being, defined as how much your financial situation and money choices provide you with security and freedom of choice. Your Money, Your Goals brings together information, tools, and training resources frontline staff can use to help people build skills in managing money, credit, debt, and financial products. And while a curriculum generally follows a specific order and has a concrete set of goals like other financial education curriculum, this toolkit can be used in whatever order best suits each person's needs. So having these resources in one place can make it easier to integrate financial empowerment concepts into an organization's work serving people with low incomes. Organizations can use these financial empowerment tools to improve outcomes for the people they serve, financial outcomes, as well as the specific programmatic outcomes that the organization may have. For example, working with an individual to develop cash flow budgeting skills may help them avoid an eviction in the future.
So you have a number of companion guides to Your Money, Your Goals for special populations, and one of them is the Reentry Guide. April is Second Chance Month, and everyone is focused on reentry. Tell us about the Reentry Guide and what it covers.
The Focus on Reentry Guide was developed to address the unique financial challenges facing the 70 to 100 million individuals with criminal records in this country. We identified the need as a result of our work with organizations and agencies who work to address barriers to reentry. We also heard from consumers through our consumer response system, which is sort of how consumers communicate with us about various financial challenges that this population was facing. The guide covers topics such as identifying financial challenges to successful transition so an individual can focus on addressing those as part of the reentry process, obtaining documents related to identification to help ease the transition process, identifying and prioritizing debt, including criminal justice debt, and how to get credit reports when incarcerated and how to dispute errors. It also provides information about understanding individual rights to obtain and review background screening reports during the employment application process.
Excellent. Who is using the guide and how are they using it?
Well, there are all sorts of organizations using the guide, including prison libraries, state departments of corrections, workforce programs, and reentry or other community organizations. And the demand for the guide has really been robust. About 850 or more than 850 organizations around the country have requested it. We have heard from prison libraries that put together financial literacy classes using the guide and its tools. Your organization, South Carolina Legal Services, has been working with individuals in drug court over a several-week course. Reentry staff in prisons using the tools to help people learn how to create budgets, and educators working to show people how to identify needs and wants and determine how much income they would need to cover those expenses that they have.
How would you describe the impact of the guide on individuals reentering society?
Well, some programs may incorporate financial outcomes to determine whether the individuals are succeeding. We have measurement tools such as the Financial Wellbeing Scale, which organizations can use to assess progress over time.
Now, at what stage of reentry can or should the guide be used?
The guide can be used at any time, pre-entry, during incarceration, preparing for reentry, and in the community. People may face financial challenges associated with their incarceration and criminal records for many years post-release, but the earlier, the better. Some have suggested it would be useful for pretrial services and defender offices to help get tools into the hands of people so they can take action before they even enter prison or upon reentry. Or upon entry. For example, the guide provides tools that could help people avoid getting deeper into debt by not taking out new debt. The guide also provides information about identity theft and credit freezes, which may reduce the chances of identity theft. And we recommend people do that in our guide to avoid any identity theft.
Very good. The guide talks about criminal justice debt, background checks, criminal record expungement, credit reporting errors, and so on. For those who may not know how these affect reentering individuals, tell us a little about them. For example, what is criminal justice debt? How do you prioritize regular debt over criminal justice debt?
Well, criminal justice debt includes debts related to an individual's arrest, sentencing, incarceration, and supervision. These are often called criminal court-ordered debts, criminal justice debt, or legal financial obligations. Some examples of criminal justice debt are restitution to the victim, jail fees, fines, mandatory treatment fees, probation fees, and other types of fees stemming from involvement in the criminal justice system. And failure to pay these fees could lead to serious consequences, such as probation violation or even reincarceration. The guide provides a tool to enable individuals to prioritize their debt payments to make sure they understand the consequences of not paying certain debt or prioritizing some debts over others. For frontline staff working with individuals, using this tool can be a prompt to remind an individual about possible criminal debt they may owe.
How can a criminal record impact a credit report? Does the guide address what people can do if they find errors on their credit report? Another example is errors on an individual's criminal record. Does the guide address expungements and pardons from a financial standpoint?
Well, the guide has a credit report checklist tool as well as a tool to help you dispute errors. It also tells people how to get their credit reports via mail, which can often be a challenge depending on the policies of the individual prison when they're incarcerated. Credit reports typically do not include criminal history information, but people should review their credit reports to make sure there are no errors, whether it is a credit card debt or an incorrect or outdated prison address. Employers and landlords sometimes use credit reports. They also use background screening reports and can request a criminal background check or screen as part of that process. The guide has a nice handout to inform consumers about their rights when employers or potential employers request public records information, including criminal records. One key difference between credit reports and consumer reports used in the employment context is that users or employers, in the case of consumer reports in the employment context or background reports, have to get an individual's consent before they can get a background screening report for use in employment on that person. Criminal background checks are often part of the request for several information searches, such as employment verification, credit history, etc. The guide does not directly address expungements or pardons, but provides tools and links to help people review their criminal background report, and if needed, it gives information about how to get help to dispute errors in the criminal background report or in the underlying criminal record.
What are some realistic goals that reentering individuals can set?
The guide does not identify specific goals for people. That is really up to the individual. But the guide provides tools to help individuals focus on SMART goals. And SMART, it refers to being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, and the steps needed to achieve them. And goal setting is a key to success. We have heard from people how helpful the simple, straightforward goal-setting tools are to help people identify goals and the steps needed to reach them.
How can reentering individuals and those who serve them best access this guide?
Well, the Focus on Reentry Guide and other Your Money, Your Goals materials, including some very popular small, colorful booklets with situation-specific tools, are available at consumerfinance.gov. And the easiest way to get to it is actually probably Googling Your Money, Your Goals and looking for the Focus on Reentry Guide within that web page. You can download or print copies for free on this site. Also, you can order for free the Reentry Guide and the Toolkit. Just want to highlight that the main Toolkit, which was recently revised, is now fully digitally interactive, so you can fill out tools such as income and expense trackers, and the totals will be automatically calculated. And this feature makes it easy to use with people you serve in organizations, especially when you have access to computers or other online access.
Well, that's really great, Mary. Thank you for all that useful information. I believe the Focus on Reentry Toolkit and the other toolkits produced by the CFPB are very useful tools for organizations and individuals, and I encourage everyone to go review them. I also would like to note that South Carolina Legal Services provides community education events and outreach to organizations. We also provide direct legal services to individuals who qualify free of charge, and anyone needing legal help is welcome to call us at 1-888-346-5592 or visit our website and apply for help there at www.sclegal.org. Thank you again to Mary Griffin from the CFPB Office of Community Affairs, and we look forward to working with your office again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jack. Really appreciate it.